Today's modern day church culture has produced church bodies that are deformed and they're not healthy. Imagine you walk into your local gym. You see a guy training and he's got one big, strong, healthy arm and the rest of him is skinny and unhealthy looking. This is the reality of today's church culture. It produces unhealthy church bodies. Because every Sunday, Christians drive to these large event centers, they call their churches, to attend a performance rather than gathering to participate as active members. Just like the human body, regular daily activity leads to a healthy, functional body. The Apostle Paul was very passionate about this. Take a look at Romans chapter 12, verses 3 through 8. For I say through the grace given to me, to everyone who is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. Let that sink in. Why? Because there's a lot of, I'm more important than everyone else in the church thinking going on in today's church model. Paul continued to write, but to think soberly, as God has dealt to each one a measure of faith, for as we have many members in one body, but all the members do not have the same function, so we, being many, are one body in Christ, and individually members of one another. Verse 6, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us. Paul said, only a small ratio of people that are part of an elite spiritual clique that gets to hang out in the VIP lounge that they call the green room. Said only a small ratio of people that are handpicked by leadership that forms an elite exclusive clique, and they're the only ones that can use their gifts. And the rest of the congregation has no say over those who have spiritual responsibility over them. This is not healthy. What do they have? They have gifts. Who has the gifts? Everyone. Remember verse 3. For I say, through the grace given to me, to everyone who is among you, not just a few, to everyone who is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. Why? Because gifts are given by God. Look at verse 6 again. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given to us, let us use them. Let us use them. In summary, the rest of the passage says, if prophecy, if ministry, if teaching, if exhortation, leadership, and showing mercy, use these gifts. Paul was very passionate about this. He wrote to the Corinthians, what we read in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to each one for the profit of all. He didn't say that this was meant to be hogged. The gifts being used, the manifestation of the Spirit is meant to be hogged and only for an elite group that's autocratically picked, that if you're in the right clique, you get to use your gifts. 2 verses down, verse 11. Same chapter. But one and the same Spirit works all things, distributing to a select few, distributing to a clique. No, distributing to what? Each one individually as he wills. He's giving the gifts. He's the one that's empowering people to use their gifts. Can we please stop thinking this deformed, unhealthy model of professionally hired performers is the way we should be doing church? Can we get back to what we see when we read the book of Acts, when we look at these letters of correspondence between the churches? Can we be the church that is empowered by God to be healthy and active in reaching the lost world for Jesus Christ, glorifying His name every day?